Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the NUS Undergraduate Admissions Sharing Session webinar. I'm Alex, and I'll be your MC for today. Thank you for taking time to join us. The sharing you will hear this morning will be presented by the Dean of Admissions, Professor Go-Sei Song. After his presentation, there will be a Q&A segment with Prof. Go and two NUS students. If you have any questions, we greatly appreciate if you could please write them down in the Q&A tab below, and we will answer them towards the end of this webinar. Thank you for your patience. Professor Go-Sei Song is the Dean of Admissions at the National University of Singapore. A mathematician by training, he received his honors bachelor's degree from the University of Oxford in 1988 and his MSc and PhD degrees from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor in 1990 and 1992, respectively. He joined NUS's Department of Mathematics in 1994. He is highly passionate about education and has received numerous teaching awards, including the University Outstanding Educator Award in 2009. His research interests focus on the theory and applications of wavelets, approximation theory, and harmonic analysis. And he also participates in interdisciplinary research involving the practical use of mathematics. Without further ado, let us begin the session. Prof. Go will share about the hallmarks of the NUS experience, important considerations when selecting your course of studies, global opportunities, as well as the process and timeline of admissions application. Prof. Go, please.
Thank you, Alex, and a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to NUS. Welcome to NUS Open House 2025. And so welcome to the first session of NUS Open House 2025. It's really a great pleasure to have this opportunity to speak to all of you. Some of you have already gotten your Singapore-Cambridge A-level results. Some of you are tuning in from overseas, and we certainly welcome all of you and to apply to NUS. So let me get my slides up first, and then let's get going. Okay, now if you look at the slides here, you notice the cover says the NUS 120, celebrating the past, shaping the future. Now, what is this NUS 120? Now, for your information, this year, 2025, is the 120th anniversary of NUS. Yes, we are 120 years old, and we have been around for a long time, and we have been refining and improving our education provided to our students. And I'll tell you a lot more about NUS in the next 30 to 40 minutes. Now, nowadays, I think many of you are at a very important juncture of your life. You are thinking about the university education. Now, there's an issue here is that university education now, in fact, has changed. In fact, the current world has also changed. It's much more complex. So there's a paradigm shift in university education, that university education, it is actually beyond a paper qualification, beyond an accumulation of knowledge. All these are very positive developments about university education. And instead, university education is about the integration of disciplinary knowledge that is given and future-ready skills. And in terms of pedagogies, it's no longer just the old school method of lecture tutorial system. You know, there's all kinds of innovative and varying pedagogies that is employed. It could be, we still have the lecture tutorial system. We have seminar style learning. We also have hybrid of online and face-to-face learning. And because of the complexity of the vocal world, so we understand that we need to provide interdisciplinary learning opportunities for our students, because to solve the complex problems of tomorrow, you need to bring together knowledge and skill sets of different disciplines. At the same time, we want to make sure that our students actually have a global perspective. So global learning opportunities is another aspect of a university education. And last but not least, at the end of the day, after your university education, you will join the workforce, and career preparation, internship opportunities are all very, very important. Now, some of you now are seriously thinking about what is the program of study, the course of study that you should embark on. And especially after you have gotten your A-level results and you are really thinking very hard, what should you do for your university education? Now, to answer your question, let me ask you two questions back in return. What is your passion? What is your aptitude? Passion and aptitude, you're going to find that this is something that is going to take you a long way through your university and beyond. Because if you're passionate about something, you most likely are good at it. You're good at it, you want to find out more, and you'll be even more passionate about this. And at the university, we'll teach you disciplinary knowledge, we'll train you in future-ready skills. And at the end of the day, you'll be ready for the workforce. And welcome to the NUS experience. And let me just give you an overall snapshot about what NUS is about. Now, in the QS World University Ranking 2024, last year, for the first time, NUS got into top 10 in the world. We were number 8 in the world. We were greatly humbled and excited by this recognition. And this year, in the QS World University Ranking 2025, we're very happy that we're able to retain our number 8 in the world positions. Now, we are a research-intensive, comprehensive university. Every year, we take in more than 7,000 undergraduate students. And because of our size, we're able to offer a wide range of bachelor's degree programs. In fact, we have more than 60 bachelor's degree programs. Most likely, a particular degree program that you're interested in, most likely we have it for you. And because of our size, we're able to have a very vibrant student life with more than 200 clubs and societies and interest groups. And some of you may feel that if I study in NUS, does it mean that I will not have a chance to see the world? Because after all, Singapore is at the equator, is at one corner of the world. But not to worry, NUS has more than 300 partner universities spanning over 40 countries that you are able to spend, one semester or join their summer and winter program to get the necessary global exposure. And our graduates are consistently within top 10 for global employability. And some of you may wonder, NUS in the QS World University ranking, overall, we are ranked number 8 in the world. How about individual subjects? Which are the subjects that NUS as a university is actually strong in? In the QS World University Ranking by Subject 2024, we have a total of 19 subjects that are actually within global top 10. And if you extend it to global top 20, we almost double that number accordingly. And almost all our disciplines are there. Now, if you look at the list of disciplines that I've highlighted, you notice that we are very strong in engineering. Chemical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, they are all within top 10. In terms of computing, computer science and information system, data science and artificial intelligence, we are also within top 10. Some of you are interested in the fundamental sciences, chemistry, mathematics, statistics, and operational research. We are all within top 10. Then some of you may say that, how about the non-STEM discipline? Now, non-STEM discipline, if you look at our business school is well sought after. Business and management studies is ranked number 10, and then marketing is ranked number 8. Our humanities, like for example, geography is ranked number 6, linguistics is ranked number 9. So the strength of NUS as a university is very evenly spread out across the major faculties and colleges that we have. And let me tell you a little bit more story about NUS. Like right at the beginning, I've mentioned that we are Singapore's first and largest university. We were founded in 1905. This year, we're going to celebrate our 120th anniversary. And we have taught generations of architects, doctors, engineers, scientists, and so on and so forth. And being a research-intensive university, our research impacts life. We have peaks of excellence across many domains, including interdisciplinary research. And if you ask me, can I summarize what is the NUS education? Some of you were joining this webinar to find out about what is the spirit of the NUS education. Now, I would summarize it by the following 3 C's: customizable, challenging, and current. How you're going to make it work, that is entirely up to you. And these are the wide suite of undergraduate degree programs that we have. And on your admission application forms, you have 8 choices of the single degree programs. And you can couple these to form multidisciplinary learning opportunities. There's another 8 choices on interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary degree programs. So for single degree programs, there are 8 choices. And what you see here are the choices that you can choose. Now, for students who are interested in humanities and sciences, you can apply to the Humanities and Sciences Common Admission Program. Now, that is one choice on the application form. And if you are selected and admitted to the Humanities and Sciences Common Admission Program, you can also indicate your preferred major. And you can, or you can choose any of those majors in arts and social sciences, any of these majors in science that I've highlighted in purple. No further selection. Even though that you have indicated your preferred major as one, let's say, mathematics, but after you have entered, you wanted to choose data science and analytics instead. No problem. It's all under the common admission framework for humanities and sciences. You can just go to the computer system and change your major. No further selection. We honor that you are inside the common admission program, humanities and sciences. Then you see that under humanities and sciences, we have a few that is highlighted in blue. Now, those are what we call direct admission programs because these programs have smaller intake. So you apply directly to them, like food science and technology, pharmaceutical sciences, or some of these cross-disciplinary programs. Now, many of you are thinking about design and engineering. Now, the design programs, architecture, landscape architecture, industrial design, they are all direct admission programs. But for engineering, we have actually had a common admission framework as well. So you just need to choose engineering, and you can choose any of these majors under the engineering program. Now, any of these majors, same principle like the common admission for humanities and sciences, you can choose any of them. Electrical, mechanical, civil engineering, biomedical engineering. And I'm very pleased to say that this year, in 2025, we have a new major called Robotics and Machine Intelligence. That is also under the common admission framework of engineering. Now, the only engineering that is not under this common admission framework is computer engineering, the one that I've indicated in blue. Now, the reason is because computer engineering is jointly offered by the College of Design and Engineering and the School of Computing. So you apply directly to that program. Talking about School of Computing, they have several different majors. Those in blue are direct admissions one. And this year, in 2025, for the first time, we introduced a common admission framework for Common Computer Science program, the one that I've indicated in pink. And there are 2 majors under it. One is computer science, the other is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is again a new major that we are launching in 2025. And business school is a fully common admission framework under the business administration program, and you can choose any of the 9 majors underneath it, including accountancy, finance, marketing, and so on and so forth. And we have professional schools like medicine, dentistry, law. We even have a music school. And for students who are interested in the healthcare industry, you can choose pharmacy or nursing as well. And what are these hallmarks of the NUS education? Now, essentially, for most of our programs, this is what we call a 4-year undergraduate degree programs with an honors degree. Within these 4 years, you take a total of 40 courses. So on average, 10 courses a year. Now, out of these 40 courses, we can separate them into 3 baskets. There is a common curriculum, typically 10 to 15 courses of a common curriculum. And then after that, there is a major requirements, and then there is an unrestricted electives. So in terms of the common curriculum, these are actually providing a rigorous, broad-based intellectual foundations that actually expands student learning capacities. Then the major requirements, what we have is usually 15 to 20 courses, and this is actually that major that you have selected. Now, some of you may say that the common curriculum provide the foundation, Our common curriculum is tailor-made towards your major. Like College of Design and Engineering has one set, and then the College of Humanities and Sciences has a separate set. So it's tailored towards your major. But the major requirements, 15 to 20 courses, some of you may say that it doesn't teach me enough of the major content. In fact, that was purposely done by design because we want to give students the flexibility. Some students wanted to do a lot more than the 15 to 20 courses. That there is a third basket, which we call the unrestricted electives, 10 to 12 courses. Let's say a student wants to be a mathematician. He wants to go to graduate school to study mathematics. Major requirements, 15 courses. Use the unrestricted electives completely to study mathematics. Another 12 courses. He has a total of 27 courses. That will give you a deep knowledge in mathematics. But nowadays, some students wanted to do a second discipline, which is like a second major or a minor. That is possible. They can make full use of these unrestricted electives. And being a comprehensive university, you can actually do all these studies about crossing a different faculties or to do a second major or minor. And that brings us to an interdisciplinary approach in your learning. And we also couple with experiential learning like internship so that we will well prepare you for lifelong learning. So let me give you a snapshot or a more detailed description about these flexible and multiple pathways that we offer. Let's say we have a student who is very interested in our new major, artificial intelligence. So these students come in and then apply to the common computer science program, and then he indicate that he got offered, and then he will do the common curriculum of the School of Computing, plus the major requirements of artificial intelligence. Then after that, he still has unrestricted electives. He can take anything that he desires. It doesn't have to be computing. It could be in humanities and sciences and so on and so forth, other faculties. And that the student with a single major. But this student is so passionate about artificial intelligence. He can actually use up his unrestricted elective space completely to do artificial intelligence. It's still a single major, but the student will have very deep knowledge in artificial intelligence. But the student subsequently realized that for artificial intelligence, for AI, data, big data is actually very, very important. Knowledge of data analytics is very, very important. So the students could have done a second major, which is 10 courses. Primary major, 15 to 20 courses. Second major, 10 courses in data analytics. That is offered by the Faculty of Science. It's possible the student can go to the Faculty of Science and do a second major in data analytics. Then he will have a primary major in AI, second major in data analytics. That gives him a double major. But subsequently, the student realized that doing a second major for data analytics is too much. He wants to have a space of some flexibility to do something else. So he decided to take instead of a second major in data analytics, he will do a minor in data analytics, a total of 5 courses instead of 10. Then he will still have a space of unrestricted electives. So this will become what we call a major-minor combination. Finally, the student said, why should I stop at only one minor in data analytics? I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to study something about entrepreneurship. So he can go to the business school and do a second minor in entrepreneurship. That is still a major-minor combination, and as you can see, the complete flexibility we're giving our student. And I've been mentioning about AI. So I'm very pleased to highlight that this year, we are actually moving forward and provided a lot more learning opportunities in terms of AIs. Now, as I've already mentioned, there are 2 majors in AI, related topic. One is a major in AI by itself, a computing degree. The other is an engineering degree on robotics and machine intelligence, and that is something that we're introducing in AY 2025. At the same time, we also launched a new scholarship called NUS AI Talent Scholarship, and these are for Singaporean citizens with excellent academic, CCA, and leadership qualities who are pursuing an undergraduate degree in either AI, computer science, business, artificial intelligence system, or robotics and machine intelligence. At the same time, we are fully cognizant of the fact that AI is not just for students who are in computing and in engineering. You could be in humanities, but AI also play a role. So we are launching a 5th residential college with an AI focus called Acacia College. And this is where students from other disciplines can also have a taste of AI, and the courses you take at Acacia College can be counted towards your faculty's common curriculum requirements. And I've already given a hint about how you can go beyond a single degree. You can do a double major, a primary major, and a second major, which is 10 courses, and then, or you can do a minor, which is 5 courses. For some students who are adventurous, you want to get 2 degrees, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Bachelor of Computer Science, Bachelor of Computing in Computer Science. That is 2 different degrees. How long does it take? It will not be 4 plus 4, which is 8 years. All our double degree programs is ranging from 4 years to 5 years. So this is another possibility. And if you want to even further enrich your NUS education, you can also consider applying to NUS College. NUS College, if you're interested in this, on the admission application form, there is a question asking you, would you like to be considered for NUS College? You just need to tick the box and the form will take you to another part to fill up some additional information. Now, this is an enhancement of your chosen major in the sense that you will still apply your 8 choices. And if you are inside NUS College, instead of taking the common curriculum of your home faculty, you will take the NUS College curriculum, which comprises of 14 courses. And at the same time, you will occupy some of your unrestricted elective space. Your major will remain unchanged. And this is something that for students who are interested in the liberal arts kind of education that is interdisciplinary, broad-based, and that is something that you can consider as well. And we want you to take full ownership of your learning. Now, we fully understand that sometimes transiting from high school or JC to the university, it can be challenging. So we want to actually bring out a grade-free first year. Now, in the first year, you have taken courses and you find that the grades were not as good as you hoped for. Not to worry, you can, as long as you pass the course, which is at least a D, you can actually keep the modular credit, the units, but you don't have to worry about the grades. It will be converted to what we call a pass-fail option. And that will give you opportunity to get used to university life in your first year, as well as you will actually be able to try certain interesting courses without worrying about the grades. Some students are very interested in undergraduate research. And some of you will say that, does it mean that I need to go to graduate school before I can have a taste about research? In NUS, you can do research as early as your 2nd year. If you like it, you can do a 3rd year, and in the final year project, you get to do research again. You know, essentially, this undergraduate research program can be counted as some of your major requirements, and you can actually approach a professor to say that I would like to work together with you in your research lab, and then you can work on research problems together. And like I said just now, the learning that we hope for our students is actually holistic. We are fully aware that apart from the academic curriculum, there are many other things that you can learn as an NUS student through the non-academic curriculum. And that is through student and residential life, experiential learning, global opportunity, internship, and so on and so forth. And we put this framework of NUS 1 in place since last year. And there are several components to NUS 1. One is an enhanced transition to the university. We do want to make sure that your transition from high school to university is smooth. So we have certain transition programs and also introductory toolkit. And we want to give you signposts about what are the things that you can do. And essentially, we want students to explore their repertoire of diverse experience within arts, sports, community outreach, and other areas. And to facilitate this, every Wednesday afternoon, we will make sure that we do not schedule any academic classes so that you have a protected time to engage in out of the classroom experiences as a community of students. And we strongly encourage you to take advantage of our global opportunities, and you can actually make the world your classroom. Our flagship student exchange program that you can spend one semester or even up to 1 year in one of our 300 partner universities. And before you go for the exchange, there will be an academic advisor from your faculty or your department to sit down with you to go through your study plan so that you make sure that all the courses you take at the partner universities can be counted towards your graduation requirement in NUS. And the best part is you will only be paying NUS school fees, which is heavily subsidized by the government, notwithstanding that you'll be studying in the partner universities. Some students find that one semester is too long. They can always go for the summer and winter programs. You take 4 to 6 weeks and take a course in one of the partner universities. And there's one aspect that I want to highlight is NUS overseas colleges. Now, what is that? This is a uniquely NUS venture that is this started more than 20 years ago, and these are for students who wanted to be entrepreneur. So under the program of NUS Overseas Colleges, the student will actually do an internship at a startup for up to 1 year or one semester. And more than 4,000 students have gone through this, and through the process, they have actually founded more than 1,000 companies. And you get a first-hand experience of life as an entrepreneur. And there are more than 25 places around the world that you can choose to go to do your NUS Overseas Colleges. Like, for example, it could be in the North America, New York, Silicon Valley, Toronto, or you can be in Europe, it could be in China, or it could be East and Southeast Asia. But it doesn't mean that our campus itself is not interesting. Our campus is extremely interesting. And for our friends who are overseas, you may not have a chance to visit NUS yet. Feel free to visit our campus 360 degrees tour, get a sense about how our campus looks like. And there are various places that students can stay on campus. There are several types of on-campus accommodations. One type is called the halls of residence, where you have a place to stay. There are vibrant student activities inside the hall. And some of you whose parents are NUS graduates, probably they have stayed in some of these halls of residence before. Ask them, Raffles Hall, Yusof Ishak Hall. I'm sure some of them, Shears Hall, will remember this. And then we started more than 10 years ago what we call residential colleges. Residential colleges, you have a place to stay, you have activities, and you have classes. You take 4 courses that can be counted towards your common curriculum of your home faculty, but in small class setting, together with friends from different faculty. NUS College is a different kind of residential colleges in the sense that by itself, it also has activities, place to stay, and academic classes. But the classes intensity is a total of 14 courses instead of 4 courses. And in your second year and above, you can consider staying in student residences, less activities, but there's an international community from students from different parts of the world. You can make friends with them. This is something that you can stay there as well. And another type is what we call houses. That's a safe space for co-creation, peer mentorship, and focusing on well-being. So there's a wide variety of choices for you. In terms of student life activity, students club, they are wide choice again. If you're interested in community service, sports, music, arts and culture, I'm sure there's something there for you. Or you can form your own interest group. And we take the employment of our students very seriously. We have a Center for Future Ready Graduates that organizes programs, workshops, and fairs to prepare you for employment. Some of you may say that preparing for employment, let's wait until the 4th year. No, we engage our students for future employment as early as your 1st year. And in fact, we have career advisor in every faculty to have constant conversation with you to help you map out your career goals, because you really need to plan your future career in terms of what kind of internship you want to do, when you want to do your internships. And most of our programs here, degree programs, have internship as either optional or compulsory requirements. And because of this focus here, I'm very pleased to say that in the Joint Autonomous University Graduate Employment Survey results that came out a few days ago, NUS has very strong employment rates. And in fact, almost 90% of our graduates in 2024 actually got full-time employment within 6 months. And in fact, more than 90% in 17 courses spreading across arts and social sciences, business, computing, engineering, science, and so on and so forth, they got employed within 6 months. And if you, in terms of salary, our graduates actually in 2024 fetch higher or similarly high salaries from 35 courses from those faculties I've just mentioned. This is an increase from 25 courses in 2023. And there's a steady rise in the mean gross salary as well. And on average for the whole university, the NUS fresh graduate, the mean gross salary is more than 5,000 Singapore dollars a month. So how can you apply to NUS? Now, many of you are presenting the Singapore Cambridge GCE A-level exams, and all of you are in this framework about 3H2 and 1H1, GP, project work, and then satisfying the mother tongue requirement. That would be our first cut about how we used to assess you. Essentially, we will look at your A-level results as a first cut. If your A-level results are very outstanding, we'll make an offer to you. If you are not able to make you an offer just based on the A-level results, we do understand that it's very competitive. And many of you are still are very good students. So we want to make sure that we take a closer look at your applications. And that is where we take a more holistic approach that not only looking at your academic merit, we also look at your interests and aptitude. And to this end, for aptitude-based admission, which all students would be considered automatically, students can fill up to 4 achievements and as well as completing 5 short response questions, highlighting your accomplishment beyond grades. And for students presenting the Singapore Cambridge A-level, please take note that we have what we call the first choice bonus points. For all the programs without interviews or additional tests. Now, these are the programs that I've stated below here that is involving specific interviews and tests. For all the other programs, including, business administration, engineering, humanities and sciences, computing, and so on and so forth, there is a first choice bonus point. How it works is that, let's say your overall rank points is 80. And if you put, let's say, humanities and sciences as your first choice, then when you consider you for your first choice, instead of 80, we'll consider it as 82.5. So the first choice bonus point is up to 2.5 rank points. So choose your first choice degree program wisely. And some of you were a little bit concerned about what is this aptitude-based admission. This is actually to broaden our admission selection so that we provide more opportunity to students. You can list some of these relevant achievements. Like, for example, you could have won medals in international Olympiad or local Olympiad. You could have represent your country in sports, leadership position, and so on and so forth. And how about the 5 short response question? Now, some students are very concerned about the short response question. We are not looking for a complicated essay. We're looking for authentic answer targeted to tell us about your aptitude, passion, and interest. Like, look at the 5 questions that we have. It's all about 600 to 1,100 characters. It's 4 to 5 sentences for 600 character limit. The first question is about your preparation for your chosen degree program. Second is about your resilience. Third question is asking you to be reflective and how it has impacted you in a concrete way. Fourth question, highlight your proudest achievement. And fifth question, anything else? And we even give you a link starting from this year about some examples that you may consider. Do we have scholarships? Yes, we have scholarships for Singapore citizens who are well-rounded high achiever. Our flagship is NUS Global Merit Scholarship, NUS Merit Scholarship, and we have introduced a new scholarship called AI Talent Scholarship. And we also have scholarship for sports and performing and visual arts. Now, all our scholarships are bond-free, full tuition coverage, and at the same time with living expenses. And of course, the higher tier Global Merit Scholarship, they have additional benefits as well. How about for international students? Now, international students, we have scholarship as well, and that one, you don't have to apply separately. Instead, we will look at your admission application and we will shortlist eligible students to be considered and to be interviewed accordingly. So some of these scholarship could be like if you're ASEAN nationality, the ASEAN Undergraduate Scholarship. If you are Asian nationality doing a science and technology program, science and technology undergraduate scholarship. If you are truly outstanding international students, you can be NUS International Undergraduate Scholarship. NUS College has its own NUS College International Scholarships. Now, apart from all these scholarship, we also have what we call the MOE tuition grant. That is like a partial scholarship, which is a substantial tuition fee subsidies by the Singapore government. All Singapore citizens, Singapore PR studying in the local university for the first time would be offered this. International student will offer it in a competitive way. And what happened here is that for international student, if you're on this tuition grant, your tuition fees would be reduced by about slightly more than 50%. And that is something that is provided by this tuition grant. For Singapore citizen, there are no strings attached. We will just provide the subsidies. For international students, you must work in Singapore or Singapore registered companies for 3 years after graduation. So this is how the NUS tuition fee looks like. This is the latest fees that just came out for 2025. If you want to study computing, Singapore citizens will pay $8,250 a year. Permanent residents will pay $11,550. International students, if you are on the tuition grant, then you will pay something like half of the full fees, $39,000. So half of it is about 18,000 or 20,000, depending on whether you're ASEAN nationality or non-ASEAN nationality. And of course, we are big on financial support. We have a wide range of financial support to cover tuition fees, living expenses, on-campus accommodation, and study abroad programs. Now, for you can be considered for the what we call the government bursaries, higher education community bursary, higher education bursary for Singapore citizens. It could be NUS bursary. If you're staying on campus, we have bursaries for needy students staying on campus, for needy students going for overseas program, and so on and so forth. Now, if the bursaries is still not enough, there are still loans available. MOE tuition loan, fee loan will actually cover quite a lot of the expenses as well. And I just want to highlight how we increase access to the NUS education. Now, for Singapore citizen with PCI, per capita income, that means total family income divided by the number of household members. If it's not more than 1,100 Singapore dollars, you'll get government bursary to cover tuition fees, but they don't cover everything. NUS bursary will top up the government bursary and covers everything for you. You do not have to pay any school fees at all. And if your PCI is not more than $750, then you not only have full fee coverage, you also have $4,000 of living expenses per year. At the same time, we'll give you an opportunity enhancement grant because our dream is that every student will have a chance to stay on campus for 1 year and to go for an overseas program. We have bursary for on-campus stay and overseas program, but they don't cover everything. This is where the opportunity enhancement grant can be used to top up whatever financial aid we've already given to you for on-campus stay and overseas programs. And this is a checklist. Remember, look out for the important dates. You can use the financial needs calculator to estimate the expenses, make good use of the first choice bonus point, and then apply accordingly. And so here's the timeline. We are now in the 1st of March already. The application will close on the 19th of March, and from late March all the way until May for the Singaporean students with A-level qualifications, we will actually start to release admission outcome and scholarship outcome accordingly. Then for international students, you can look at the timeline and the requirements on the webpage. And of course, I'm sure you have many questions. Don't worry. You can ask us questions through our inquiries at nus.edu/ask-admissions. Look at the website. And most importantly, if you are in Singapore, come to our NUS open house physically next Saturday, and you will find a lot more interesting information that you can gather here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Goh, for your sharing. We will now move on to the Q&A segment. We have specially invited two NUS students, Jaren and Zhan Tiam, to share with us today. Jaren is a final year infrastructure and project management student from the College of Design and Engineering. As part of his final year project, Jaren is currently focusing on research pertaining to the maintainability of buildings regarding textile tiles construction in Singapore. Recently, he completed his winter exchange program at Hanyang University, Seoul. Formerly the 55th Vice President of the NUS Building and Estate Management Society, or BAMS, Jaren piloted various programs for his cohort, such as the BAMS orientation. Beyond academics, he is also an active NUS student ambassador leader, helping prospective students gain insights and perspectives about the NUS holistic educational experience. He is also an active volunteer with Touch Home Care, Meal on Wheels, as well as the Silver Generation Office, or SGO. Zhan Tiam is a third-year student from the College of Humanities and Sciences, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, majoring in political science and Chinese studies. Zhan Tiam lives at the intersection of youth development, media, and entrepreneurship. He completed 2 NUS Overseas Colleges, or NOC, stints in Jakarta, Indonesia, and Chongqing, China, where he interned at a market research startup and a startup accelerator, which developed his business acumen and soft skills while collaborating with teammates across borders. Beyond academics, Zhan Tiam is an active NUS student ambassador, and he is also the founder of Simplified, a community and media platform dedicated to connecting youths with opportunities and possibilities in Southeast Asia. In recognition of his commitment for academic excellence in fostering an entrepreneurial mindset, he was awarded the FASS Dean's Merit Scholarship and the Philip Yeo Grant this academic year. I'll hand the time over to Prof. Goh, who will be moderating the Q&A segment with Jaren and Zhan Tiam. Prof. Goh, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaren. Thank you, Zhan Tiam, for joining me. And I'm sure the audience here are very excited to hear about your experiences. So I'll invite Jaren and Zhan Tiam just to say hello to the audience first before we get going.
So hi everyone, thank you Prof. Go, thank you Mr. Alex, and thank you everyone for taking your time to join us in this webinar. So it's nice to meet everyone, and my name is Jaren. So as what Prof. Go and Mr. Alex have mentioned, I'm Jaren. I'm currently a year 4 student studying in Project and Facilities Management, now known as Infrastructure and Project Management under the College of Design and Engineering. And yeah, that's about me.
Over to you, Zhan Tiam.
Hi everyone. Hi Prof. Go. Thanks everyone for joining today. So my name is Zhan Tian. I'm third year political science and Chinese studies student at the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, also under the College of Humanities and Sciences. And I look forward to answering the many questions that I think many prospective students have here today.
Thank you, Zhan Tiam. And I think I got a quick glimpse about the questions that has been coming in fast and furious. I think there was one question about second double majors and I think major and minor, which I spoke quite a little bit here. Now I just want to highlight that on the admission application form, what you see about the double major combination is only some of the popular combination that we want to show our commitment to you. Now, there are a lot of other combinations that is not stated there. And some, it was deliberately not stated there because the second major in many of our second majors, like in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, in the Faculty of Science, those second major are open. Any students who meet the requirement, you can do it. And you can even sign up for a second major, and along the way, you decided to change it to a minor, no problem. You can sign up for a minor, and then and along the way, you change it, you upgrade it to a second major. We are fully flexible. So that's why all those fully flexible one is not on the application form. And in fact, we have a lot of choices that you can mix and match and decide exactly what you do. And Tiam, actually, you heard that he actually had a second major in Chinese studies while being a political science major. Now, that is not on the application form. So, Tiam, would you like to tell us more about why you choose this and why you find that interesting?
Yeah, sure. The reason why I chose second major in Chinese studies is because I have a long standing in Chinese language, history, and culture. And actually, before NUS, I was doing a diploma in Chinese studies. So I wanted to deepen my knowledge in this field by doing a second major. And the reason why I did political science as my primary major is because number one, it was not offered in poly. And also, it's also part of my long-standing passion in current affairs and learning more about how politics affect society. So when I realized that NUS actually offers this very flexible choice of doing a major plus a second major, I decided that, hey, why not just do, double at one shot? Yeah.
That's very good. So I presume you enjoy your studies in both of these political science and Chinese studies.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So you can see that we have that kind of flexibility, and Tiam actually exemplify the flexibility that that we provide to our students. And like I said just now, we want our students to have global perspective. And global perspective, there are many, many different kinds of programs. It could be one semester student exchange, or it could even be summer and winter programs. Like Jaren actually went for a winter program in Korea, in Hanyang University. And how is it like, to study in a different environment versus what you're seeing in NUS? Jaren, would you like to tell us more about that?
And thank you, Prof. Go. Thank you, Prof. Go, for the question. So like what he mentioned, yes, I recently went for my winter exchange program in Hanyang University, just recently for the winter break. So the difference between different schools, I would say, is I think the teachers, because for sure different schools has different, like the way how they provide their education and how they teach and how they provide with their notes and their learnings. So one thing also, because I've never been to Korea, so I wanted to explore and like kind of venture into the culture of like how they actually live, study, work, and play. And in terms of that, also because I also wanted to clear modules as well. So one thing which we always like to do when we do exchange is basically to map modules over. So mapping basically is like we can complete modules over across at our overseas universities, and then we can complete there, and then we can bring it back to our home university, which is NUS. So in a way, we kind of like clear modules that are similar in nature, so that we can move ahead and move faster with our degree progress on it.
So Jaren, have you actually felt that it actually gives you a different perspective on learning because it's a different system, and then when you come back and learn again under our NUS system, do you bring something new to the table that things like this?
Okay, I would say definitely I have, because like what you say, everyone teaches differently, and I think Korean, they really emphasizes a lot about like also self-learning, similar to NUS.
Right.
So I guess it's more of like when they actually provide you with certain notes and certain education, like basically those preparatory lessons for them to prepare beforehand, and a lot of readings. So similar to NUS as well. So I would say it's more of like we practice our independent learning, because I mean we are all living abroad, away from our home and like comfort of our rooms and the teachers that we know away, and then we actually go and experience life out there living alone. So if let's say you want a taste of something independent learning, as well as like learning how to live independently for let's say no need to be like an exchange program like a good semester long, like 4 or 6 months. Even myself, I just went for only 4 weeks, and for me I think that 4 weeks was pretty eye-opening for me, and it's something that if there's a chance I would definitely do again, because it's something that is very interesting, I would say, and I like to explore as well.
Yeah, I would strongly encourage the prospective student to do the same, because I think Jaren has bring out a few key points. Independent learning, living independently, these are some of the key points that I think it will actually benefit you in the long run. And there are other ways of doing study abroad program, like for example, the NUS overseas colleges, which I went through very quickly, but Tiam here actually went for 2 times, one in Jakarta, one in Chongqing in China. It's a different countries, different system, and maybe Tiam, you can share why you want to do that and what are the valuables takeaway from this experience?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the reason why I decided to go for NOC first in Jakarta and afterwards Chongqing is because actually I was volunteering in a non-profit organization, and then they were actually trying to impact Southeast Asia. And I think there were a few NOC alumni. Yeah, so they actually encouraged me to go and try out because they were saying that, hey, I think you have some entrepreneurial mindset, like you want to like try something new, stepping out of your comfort zone. And I thought that it would be a good opportunity to embark on this adventure and see if entrepreneurship is really something that would be suitable for me. Yeah, because if you never do, you never know. Yeah, yeah. So I went to Jakarta and then Chongqing, where I interned in a market research startup and a startup accelerator, respectively. And I think these two experiences really opened my eyes to how different societies work. Indonesia and China, they are very different economies. Both are vibrant, have vibrant startup ecosystems, but it's just that maybe in Jakarta, you realize that they value building relationship more. Instead of just talking about work, they want to know more about what you are studying in NUS, how do you live your life in Singapore, what do you want to do in Jakarta, etc. Whereas in China, I think it's a bit more business-minded. I think they want to give you more opportunities to say maybe lead a project or like bring foreign guests around the company, for example. Yeah. So I think these two experiences were very productive in the sense that, not only I get to learn more about the cultures of different countries, I also get to learn entrepreneurial skills, especially in China. We also, apart from doing an internship, we also get to study entrepreneurial courses at a partner university. Yeah, so that is also where you get to learn, how to maybe say start a business, how do you do a business pitch, yeah, and how do you market your product, etc. Yeah, so I think overall it has been a very insightful and exciting experience. And not only that, you also get to travel around during your free time. Yeah, so I think that's something that's not mentioned whenever we say NOC or like student exchange program. So it's not just studying, it's not just, interning. During your free time, take the time to explore around the country. I think that would definitely add flavor to your experience overseas. Yeah.
I think this is really wonderful. I think like what Tiam has highlighted, China, Indonesia are all very important economies, and how people do business and how people work there. I guess the best way to experience it is to experience it yourself, and especially if you have an entrepreneurship mindset. I noticed that Tiam, so I guess your Chinese studies second major comes handy for you as well when you are in Chongqing.
Yes, it did. Because I think in China, you really need to use Mandarin quite often.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you can see that actually everything is a package. And then we talk about NUS 1. NUS 1, we wanted to bring in learning even in student life. I think Jaren has done a lot in terms of student society, like being the president of Building and Estate Management Society. So Jaren, you want to tell us more about how is it student life in NUS, in terms of the student clubs and societies?
Thank you, Prof. So thank you for the question. So I myself, I was originally one of the orientation head in the orientation camp. So like, when those new year ones, when they join, then you got a lot of activities, those on-campus activities for students to join. Yeah, so those are actually planned by like students ourselves as well, like the seniors or like the batches above us. So I started from there. I was the programs head. So we planned events and stuff and activities for the new freshies to come in to play and take part in. Then from there, because when we do things together, we form like a huge bond of friendship between each other from different causes. And my course itself, the Building and Estate Management Society, we are formed by two different program, which is the project and facilities management, which is my course, as well as the real estate one. But right now, real estate is being specialized under business, so they have moved away from it. But we still take in students from BBA as well as RE to be a part of this society. So from there, we decided to form this group to kind of like to form the main committee of this society to kind of take charge and basically plan for student welfare, plan for site visits, we plan for publicity materials, plan for networking events for different vendors and outreaching to different people from the working world, because also like what Prof. Goh mentioned, employment is basically the thing in mind for all students when we graduate from our university. So basically it's okay. I mean, we can build connections during our school times, and then after when we build connection, we take on internship roles, we create job opportunities for the future students who might want to apply to the company. So this is where the outreaching takes place from being part of student society. And also being student society, we also get to mingle around with people from different causes. So it reaches beyond just your own cause people. You get to meet people from different causes, different backgrounds, and understand where they come from. And we get to learn each other even better. And then from there, who knows, one of them might be your potential colleagues from work.
That's wonderful. I think, Jaren, you have just successfully integrated the spirit of NUS one. That is, integrating the academic curriculum with the non-academic curriculum, which is through your student life activities. Now, talking about curriculum, now for those of you who study the NUS curriculum under the common curriculum of all the faculty, there's a pillar called engagement and community. Now, essentially what we hope is that all our students will go out and impact society. And today, both our students here, Tiam and Jaren, both of them have in their own ways, even beyond the community and engagement pillar of our general education modules, have impacted society. And Tiam has actually done, I guess this is a follow-up of your entrepreneurship mindset, that you have found a community and media platform to connect youths in Southeast Asia. And you want to tell us more about this? This looks like something that is all packaged nicely from what you have actually gained knowledge of and experiences earlier on in your other ventures. Yeah, over to you, Tiam.
Yeah, sure, Prof. So to be honest, I've never thought of becoming an entrepreneur at all. But when I went for my NOC experience, especially in Jakarta, I was very inspired by the entrepreneurial mindset that the youths there have. They are coming out with new ideas every day. And also you start to realize that there are certain problems in society that remains unsolved. So like, for example, when I speak to like the Indonesian youths, and then I realized that actually we still don't know each other very well. And I think understanding each other across borders in Southeast Asia is very important, because that will bring about regional unity, and it will promote trade and economic development across the region. Yeah, so I thought of starting Simplified. So Simplified is a community platform. We want to connect youths with opportunities and possibilities in Southeast Asia. And how we do it is through content creation. So we do newsletter articles, we do social media videos. So we talk about how maybe say startup founder in Southeast Asia is starting an initiative that will impact youths in Southeast Asia, and hopefully their stories will inspire more other youths to consider opportunities and possibilities in Southeast Asia. Yeah, and I think we're also going to do community events, for example, networking, or even bring students out for exposure trips in the region. And hopefully that will inspire them to consider, maybe alternative pathways, instead of just, going through the rat race. Maybe they can consider starting a side project, impacting the region. Who knows, it will bring you to like different directions in life. Yeah.
That's really wonderful. This is really bringing unity, providing opportunities, and providing inspiration to youths around the region. I think we can definitely learn from one another. We can learn from the youths of Indonesia. We can learn from the youths of other countries in Southeast Asia as well. So this is something that is really, really valuable. Now, when Tian actually ventured beyond the shores of Singapore, and Jaren actually did quite a lot of volunteer work in the homeland in Singapore. So Jaren, would you like to tell us more about your work as a volunteer in Touch Home Care Silver Generation Office?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Goh. So for Touch Home Care, I'll just start with that one first. So Touch Home Care is something that I've been doing for many years, so since my poly, because like I did take part in Youth Expedition Project where we travel across different ASEAN countries to do like community service. So from there, beyond that, then we have the post curriculum, which is NUS Home Care, which is something that we do like food delivery service to seniors. So the one that I did quite often is the one at Jurong outlet. So that one is basically we Basically, we just go down there, we have to pack food, and then we have to deliver food to those seniors who are usually sometimes they are like unable to leave their home to get basic necessities. So from there, we just deliver food to their place, to doorsteps, and bringing and seeing that face of like satisfaction, like that smile, it brings myself happiness as well, because like we are able to connect with people around the different industry, different world, different part of Singapore, like be it the different generation, like old, young, seniors as well, everyone. I get to see different people from different backgrounds. So that is one thing that I did since poly all the way until now. And then the current one I'm doing is basically the one which Prof. Go mentioned, which is our community engagement pillar, the one that is like a requirement for NUS student. So that one I'm doing right now is the basically engaging with seniors on leading an active life in Singapore. So that one is basically we liaise together with with AIC, which is SGO. Under SGO subsidiary, which is the Silver Generation Office. So from there, we basically engage seniors, house to house doorsteps visits, and engage in them and talk to them like how to promote active living life, as well as promoting like what are some government initiatives currently right now in the market, and how to promote them and make sure that they're able to meet basic needs in the way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad to see that our students and our curriculum help our students to impact lives in society. I think in the interest of time, there are a lot of exciting programs in the day ahead. So I'll close today's this particular session, and there are other sessions for the rest of the day, and I'll pass the time back to Alex to close today's this particular section. Over to you, Alex.
Thank you, Prof. Go, Jaren, and Tiam for sharing your experience, insights, and sound advice. I hope they have managed to answer your questions and clarify your doubts. With that, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that this webinar has been helpful. If you have further questions, please send them through our FAQ portal, which can be found in the chat box shortly. We understand that most of you have signed up for an array of open house events lined up for the rest of the day and week ahead, and hope that you will have a fruitful time. Do visit us at our admissions booth next Saturday, 8th of March, if you wish to speak with an admissions officer or chat with our student ambassadors. A wide range of talks and activities await too. Find out more information via the links and QR codes provided. We look forward to seeing you on campus. Jaren and Tiam will also be there, so catch them in person at our booth. We also greatly appreciate if you could take a few minutes to fill out a feedback form. You may scan the QR code or access the link that we have shared on the chat board. Your feedback is important to us. Please let us know how we can improve. Thank you once again. My colleagues and I look forward to receiving your application and warmly welcoming you to NUS. Have a great day ahead.